Hello and welcome to our School at Home class in English 10. We are in the fourth quarter of our set of lessons and I hope everybody will delight in learning today with lesson number 1. What do we expect from our lesson today? We define research. We define different research terminologies and we distinguish technical terms used in research. Before we continue, I want you to get your paper and pen. Answer the pretest. You are given few minutes to answer. Start now. Let us check your word. Number 1, F. Number 2, E. Number 3, H. Number 4 is G. And number 5, A. Please take note of the following items in your pretest. This will guide you on the lesson we have today. Have you ever wondered why such things are happening or how things exist? There are many questions that need answers. Research can help us formulate answers and solutions from the simplest to the most complicated topic. What is research? Research is a systematic and scientific process of gathering and investigating information to generate answers to questions or to develop, define, and expand a body of knowledge. Before you conduct a research, you have to understand some terms important in developing your study. First is abstract. Abstract is a clear summary that shows the important contents of a study. It is usually found in the beginning of the article. Below is a sample of an abstract. The abstract contains the objective of the study, the content of the study, the reference used by the researcher in conducting the study, and of course, the respondents. In conducting a research, you will use data. Data is a fact, statistics, figures, or evidences collected during the study. Here is the example of a data. The data here is represented in a graph. Next term in research is variables. Variables are properties or characteristics of people, things, or situations that change or vary. There are two kinds of variables. Independent variable, the variable that is changed and controlled in an experiment to test the effects on the dependent variables. What is dependent variable? It is the variable that is being tested. To make this clear, let me give you this example. The topic is the length of student's sleep affects his test scores. Let us identify which is the independent variable and the dependent variable. The independent variable in the topic is the length of sleep, and the dependent variable is the test scores. Let's have another example. The topic is the difference between how man and woman defines love. The independent variable is the gender, man and woman, and the dependent variable is their definitions of love. Proposition. Proposition is the statement that expresses relationship between concepts. Example, relationship between playing mobile games and players' behavior. Conceptual framework. It is an interrelated concept put together by relevance. Here is the example of conceptual framework. assumption. Assumption is a basic principle that is assumed to be true even without proof. Example, the plasma from the blood of the COVID-19 patients is a potential cure for the infection. This is still in the process of study and investigation and anticipated to contribute a big help to solve the problem on COVID-19 because the plasma from the blood of the recovered patients develop antibodies that might help fight the infection. In conducting a research, you should have your target population. This is the set of individuals or objects with common characteristics selected for a research study. Let me give you a sample of a topic. The difficulties encountered by health workers during pandemic. Who do you think can be the target population? Yes, you're right. The doctors and nurses are the target population for the research topic. Once we identify our target population, we proceed to sampling. This is the process of selecting sample from the target population to represent the entire population. Here is the example. The diagram shows that out of 15 people, there are 5 who represent the total number of population. In research, you also have to study about analysis. Analysis is a method of sorting, organizing, and interpreting data to answer research questions and to draw inferences. Here is the example. Okay. So we have this data, and then we have the inference or the interpretation of the data. Paradigm. This is a set of assumptions and perceptual orientations shared by members of the research community. This is also includes the research method employed in the research. Here is the example. We are now done in defining terms in research. It is time to master our lesson. Let us have a quiz. Are you ready? Okay, let's go! Alright, very good! Before we end our lesson today, I want you to ponder on this. Research is to see what everybody else has seen and to think what nobody else has thought. Let us have a wrap-up of our today's lesson. I learned today that research is a systematic and scientific process of gathering and investigating information to generate answers to questions or to develop, define, and expand a body of knowledge. The terms I need to understand are abstract, data, variables, proposition, conceptual framework, assumption, target population, sampling, analysis, and paradigm.
Do you want to know?